Let's look at a couple different ways that we can go about painting a gem-like material. The first thing I'm going to do is by using a lasso tool and just grabbing a big chunk of shape and filling it in. I'm going to go around and I'm just going to kind of pull out different facets from the shape using a combination of the lasso tool, paint bucket, as well as a soft brush. So we could quickly block out all these different facets that would usually be a feature on lots of types of gemstones. I'm not going too crazy with the shape designs inside of it. Instead, I'm opting for some simple triangular areas that can give a nice impression. Looking at the reference on the side there, I really like how the material can reflect back both the washed out colors from light source as well as heavily saturate some of the facets along the insides of them. I think this is a good way to capture the feel that gems can have. See, I'm going through with the selections made. That way, we paint inside the line there and just kind of pass those gradients across the surface there. Simulate how the light hits it. I really like pulling in a lot of saturation too with these. Really makes them pop, and it feels like there's a almost like a glow like feel to them, which I think uh I don't know, I just like the way it feels. So next I'm going to approach it in a more traditional painted way, where I'll start off in a manner kind of similar, where I'm blocking in the colors one at a time, just kind of making each of the facets apparent using flat colors. And then I'll make a selection and I'll do the same thing as I did before, where I'm going to pull in a soft brush and just kind of get those nice gradients along the planar surfaces. And then as we did with the other one, going in, you could use at first after you blocked in the flat colors like a magic wand tool or whatever to make your selections a little easier. But then I'll go in and I'll really punch up the saturation inside of those. It's really like how vibrant it makes it feel. I'm trying to finesse the edges and like the inner gradient a little. I think I went a little too hard on some of the edging there that I'm hitting right now. Not completely sold on it, but I do like the saturation I pushed in, as well as, again, having the light kind of run across each of the different planes. While you're doing these, feel free to experiment too. Take a look at your reference and decide which parts you really want to capture, what stands out to you, because a lot of it is, your taste and what you feel that you want to imbue your art with. Now for the last one here, we're going to get a little creative with how we handle it. Checking out how the opal, the round stone on the left, looks. So I start again with selection tool, just using the oval marquee select to get a nice shape. Fill it right in and then throw a clipping mask on it and just paint right on top of it. Starting with some soft brushes, just want to get the basic form. So I'm just lighting it very simply so we could feel the volume that we want the stone to have. And here I'm doing something a little different. where I'm adjusting the brush properties of the basic round brush. I'm changing the spacing as well as the hue and saturation jitter so that when we paint, it gives us a big variety of colors that will make up the detail inside. And you can get pretty creative with this stuff by messing with the brush options to find something that you really like. For instance, you could use a rectangular shaped brush instead of a round one too. But here, just you can see with the spacing and the scattering and the jitter, we already have something that kind of evokes what the ref has with all those crazy colors going on inside. Now I'm just adding a little more shadow under the bounce light and a little extra light there to round it off. Add some extra color in it for a little fun, a little purple side light there. I just like the feel of it. It's not necessarily true to life, but it gives an impression I like. And then we could finish off with the boldest part that we see in our inspiration there, the highlights. This really makes a statement about how shiny the object is and polishes the surface of the stone. Having a reflection that strong and clear really sells it.